City of San Diego residents are being asked to pay for improved trash service. We have the arguments on both sides of Measure B.
Plus, an investigation at Patrick Henry High School tonight after an outbreak of a respiratory illness among students.
The Padres try to overcome a loss to the Dodgers in Game 1. We're live from Dodger Stadium for Game 2.
If you don't yet have tickets to Friday's Padres game, don't worry. We're scoping out ticket prices and see what they cost.
And looking for a good love story? Meet Cute Romance Bookshop just opened its doors and promises a happy ending.
CBS 8 News Live at 6 starts now.
Election day is getting closer and there are measures on the ballot you may not understand or you might find confusing. Good evening, I'm Marcella Lee.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. One of those could mean the end of free trash service in the city of San Diego. CBS 8's Steve Price talked to supporters of Measure B and others who say it needs to be thrown out.
Measure B is asking voters in the city of San Diego if they are willing to pay for improved trash service. Supporters say this is about fairness and preparing for the future, but those opposed say for several reasons this measure is garbage. To understand the history, we have to take you back to 1919. San Diego voters passed the People's Ordinance, which guaranteed free trash pickup at least once a week. The idea was that the city could sell the trash to hog farmers and that would help cover the costs. But almost immediately, the city was losing money. Today, the city spends more than $42 million a year to collect trash and expects that number to jump above $48 million in 5 years.
Measure B is important to pass because it will make the city more responsible, fiscally responsible. It'll make us more sustainable, and it'll make us a more fair city.
Council President Sean Ela Rivera, who supports Measure B, says several apartment and condo complexes already pay for trash, so this will make things equal for all people living in the city. And he says it will make trash service better for everyone.
We hear time and time again that folks want better city services, and at its core, Measure B will do that.
Vote no on Measure B.
Former City Councilman Carl DeMaio was among those urging voters to reject B, pointing out that the ballot measure doesn't require the city to do anything, but instead says it could allow for things like weekly recycling, bulky item pickup, and curbside container replacement and delivery at no extra charge.
Not a word in Measure B saves you any money. There's no requirement that free trash cans be given out. This is just a bald-faced lie by a bunch of liars at City Hall who are trying to get more of your money.
So how much will homeowners pay for trash pickup if B passes? Right now, that's unclear. The city says it needs to do a study, but says it would only charge actual costs and not make a profit. But opponents say based on current charges to apartments, they estimate your cost between $350 and $500 per year. Working for you, Steve Price, CBS 8.
Thanks, Steve. And remember, CBS 8 is working for you. If there's a story or a concern you'd like us to look into, email us at workingforyou@cbs8.com.
An outbreak of respiratory illness has hit Patrick Henry High School, and tonight doctors are sounding the alarm.
San Diego County Public Health Services is investigating the situation and says students are suffering from flu-like symptoms. CBS 8's Kirsten Holmes joins us now live with what you need to know. Kirsten?
Doctors say they just want parents to be aware and remain vigilant and watch for symptoms, because when students get together, like high school students do, that's when kids can catch the virus and then get sick. We still have a lot more questions than answers on this, like which students got sick and how many. But what we can tell you is that no students from Patrick Henry High have been sent to the hospital because of this outbreak. It's still too early to tell what caused the outbreak as well. Doctors at Rady Children's Hospital say they have seen more patients coming into the emergency room with the flu and with respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV. One doctor we spoke with says last week alone, Rady Children saw 300 patients with those symptoms. He also says some kids will suffer more than others if they get sick, so here is what parents need to know.
For kids who've had problems breathing in the past, they're much more likely to have problems breathing with the current strains of virus that are circulating, particularly the RSV virus, which is just hammering us right now.
Now, as far as this outbreak at Patrick Henry High School is concerned, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being very concerned, like a COVID outbreak, 1 being not concerned at all, doctors at Rady Children say at this point, this outbreak is considered a level 5. They also ask that everyone go ahead and get vaccinated against the flu and against COVID and everything else so that you can keep yourself and others around you safe and healthy. Reporting live for CBS 8, I'm Kirsten Holmes. Back to you.
Thank you, Kirsten. A 19-year-old swim instructor accused of molesting 2 students faces up to 18 years in prison if convicted. Nicholas Piazza appeared in a North County courtroom today. We were ordered not to show his face. He's charged in 2 separate sex crime cases. In 2021, Piazza was investigated for allegedly molesting a child while working as an instructor at Callan Swim School. Last month, he was arrested for allegedly molesting a second child at a home in Rancho Santa Fe while working as an independent swim instructor. The Sheriff's Department is asking any potential victims out there to please come forward. A man accused of starting a house fire in Logan Heights that killed his parents and a sister has pleaded guilty to second-degree murder. Wilbur Romero, you saw him there, faces 45 years to life when he is sentenced next month. Romero's younger brother and another sister survived but suffered serious injuries in the fire back in October of 2019. Witnesses had previously testified that the 29-year-old had a history of setting fires inside the home.
Earlier today, former Los Angeles City Council President Nury Martinez announced she is resigning from her council seat. The move comes amid a scandal over racist remarks that came to light in a leaked audio recording that has sparked public outrage. In the conversation, she made racist comments about the black son of a white city councilman. 2 other councilmen who were also heard on the recorded conversation have been criticized for not rebuking Martinez. They have not stepped down, despite calls to do so.
Padres are trying to even up their playoff series against the Dodgers tonight.
Our John Howard continues our coverage from LA, where Padres fans aren't giving up hope in Game 2 of a best-of-5 series. John?
Thanks a lot, you two, at Dodger Stadium, having a great time. I got a special guest that we're going to talk to here. This is a Dodger Don bobblehead. Dodger Don, I think it'd be a good idea if the Dodgers lost tonight. What do you think? You know, I think it'd be a nice gesture. I mean, the Padres really suffered a hard loss last night. Boy, you're a pretty hardcore Dodger guy, aren't you? You think the Dodgers should always win? Well, what if I told you there was a Miss Padre bobblehead down in San Diego? Would you like to meet her? Yeah, that's what I figured. You two, I really hope that we can find a Miss Padre bobblehead down in San Diego. Because Dodger Don around the corner there, he's giving me the eye, and I think he assumes I promised him something. The game underway. By the way, ticket prices, you can get into tonight's game for $73, but down in San Diego for Friday night, it's over $200. It's like a 200% increase in price. That's the law of supply and demands, as Dodger Stadium holds about 56,000 fans. Petco holds about 42,000 fans, so fewer seats there means more money. Petco, I think, is a nicer facility to watch a ball game in. But that's all I got for now from here for you from Dodger Stadium. John Howard, if you have any ideas on the Miss Padre bobblehead, I would deeply appreciate it, and so would Dodger Don.
You can go create one if we can have the win. He can have the Miss Padre bobblehead.
No doubt. You know, all kidding aside, there's 2 or 3 of these bobbleheads out here, and people love them for photo opportunities. The Padres should have it, and these are like the old school bobbleheads.
Yeah,
they're pretty cool.
It was a fun bit. It was a good bit.
It was cute. I like the little hearts.
Yes.
Very cute.
We find fun around every corner.
All right, John, we'll check in with you later. Hopefully the Padres have a lot of fun tonight. And John mentioned the prices for tickets. Well, we're going to have more on that and how you can find them coming up a little later. Our Brian White is looking into that. He's working for you to find a deal.